Welcome to SharePoint Mastery Showcase Episode 16, SharePoint 2007 Beginner Project 1, Part 10, with your host, Keith Hudson. At SharePoint Mastery, we help you master SharePoint one step at a time so you can control your own destiny.
Music by Kevin MacLeod.
This is Part 10 of SharePoint 2007 Beginner Project 1, how to design and build a simple help desk ticketing system in under 4 hours, even if you've never used SharePoint before. So far in this series, we've learned a method for analyzing a business process, how to navigate in a SharePoint 2007 site, how to create a new site, how to edit the top-line menu, how to create a custom list. We've learned about various column types. We've learned how to create a formula in a calculated column. We've installed SharePoint Designer 2007 and created a new workflow, and then gone back and modified that workflow. Now let's create some views that will let users of the system see the information they need quickly. Let's start with the desktop technicians. They probably need to see tickets that are still open. So far we've been working with the all items list. If we click on the view button, we can now create a view. I'll build it off of the all items view, and I'm going to call it open tickets. I'm not worried about a space here. You may see why later. As I scroll down, I see all of the columns and what position they're going to show if the checkbox is marked, and if it's not, they're not going to show on that view. So I can now uncheck everything I don't want to show. I don't need to see attachments. I don't need to see the resolution description, the date resolved, the ticket duration, or the new ticket workflow indicator. Now I'm going to go down to the filter section, and I'm going to tell it that I only want to see those tickets whose status is equal to open. That means they haven't been started any work yet, or whose status is equal to in process, meaning a technician is still working on it. I'd also like a count of how many tickets I have altogether. So I'm going to go to the totals section and count up my ticket numbers. The server will now build that view for me. Here it is. And you'll notice that I can filter for Jane Brown, for the technician on the desktop technician list. So as a desktop technician, I can look quickly and find just my open tickets. Now if you look up at the address bar, you'll see that we've got this funny, where did it go? It moved on me, but that's alright. A lot of funny symbols in there. This open %20 is where the space was. Well, for views, I can go in and modify the view, and in modifying it, I can actually take the space out of the URL. So when I say OK now and I go back, you'll see that Open Tickets does not have that funny symbol in it. The next view we're going to build is a view of all the closed tickets. We'll modify, let me go back. You'll notice SharePoint's very forgiving that way. I'll create a new view. It'll again, this one I want to take off of open tickets because this is much closer than the all tickets to which columns I want. Here's closed tickets. So I want the ticket number, the problem description. I probably don't need the information about the user. I may want the desktop technician. I want the date started and the date resolved. See it down here? I want it right after date started, so I'm going to make it number 11 to move it up, and then the status, and then I also want the ticket duration column showing there. On my filter, I need to say status is equal to resolved. And to get rid of this other selection, I'd say none is equal to, and I blank that out. That's how you do that here. For my totals, count of ticket number is still okay. So I'll accept that and take a look at this view. This view currently has no tickets, so I would probably go back to my open tickets view, change a couple of these status of these tickets to resolved, put in some information here. I might do that with a couple of dummy tickets, test tickets, and then go take a look. There they are, they show up. You'll notice that I have a problem with ticket duration because I was a dummy ticket. I didn't have a closed date on it. Let's go into that item and put in a proper date resolved. Let's say it took 2 days to get it resolved. See if our calendar picker will come up. Our calendar picker is being stubborn, so we'll go, March 125th, that would work really well. March 12th. Now when we go back to that list, you'll see that total ticket duration is 2 days. You've just seen how you can design and build a simple problem ticket system in SharePoint in just 2 or 3 hours, even if you've never used SharePoint before. Thank you very much. We hope you've enjoyed this video series, and we hope we'll see you at www.spmastery.com for more free lessons on SharePoint. Thank you for joining us for this episode of SharePoint Mastery Showcase, presented by SharePoint Mastery, where we help you master SharePoint one step at a time so you can control your own destiny. Come visit us at www.spmastery.com